Hello and welcome back to my Samurai Jack Retrospective. I'm your host, That Minnesotan Guy. We've made it to Season 3, so let's dive right in and review Samurai Jack Episode 27, Chicken Jack. We open with several pedestrians evading a wizard. It's clear that this wizard doesn't want to be messed with. Jack is finishing up some chicken soup at a food stand, and after he pays the bill, he bumps into the wizard.
Thank you.
Always bumping into me. Always!
If you want to know why the wizard is feeling cranky, well, here's the reason.
Hicketus, figuratus, bigotus, boom, prestidigitonium! Hicketus, figuratus, bigotus, boom, prestidigitonium!
He suffered an injury from falling off of that stool, and the incident made him look at life differently. It turns out that the spell transformed Jack into a chicken, and he runs into a nearby pedestrian. The pedestrian complains about his dirty pant leg and attacks. Jack gets into a fighting pose, but everyone laughs at him.
Please, I wish you no harm.
I kind of want to see this scenario. People see Jack as a chicken, but Aku sees Jack as himself in a chicken costume. The pedestrians laugh Jack off, and Jack suddenly realizes what the wizard did to him as he sees his chicken self in the mirror.
No.
I hate to tell you this, but it sucks when you find out that you've been turned into a bird. Not an easy life when you become one. Jack sees a flash of light and runs off to see that someone else has been turned into a turkey. As Jack pursues the wizard, he is captured by an Italian man named Cacciatore.
You look like a good chicken, and I know a good chicken when I see one.
This guy is someone you don't want to mess with. He's the type of person that would exploit you for money, and, well, that's exactly what he does. To put it another way, don't hang out with these types of people. Jack is placed in the cargo bay, and Cacciatore goes to Sub City. The design of the city pretty much reflects how living conditions have gone to an extreme low level in the future. Cacciatore takes Jack to an arena where people are placing their bets. Looks like Jack is being forced to fight again. This time, though, he is facing a wide variety of the most hideous creatures known to man. Jack's first opponent is a beetle bot, not the Aku kind. The beetle charges and bites Jack in the leg. Jack pecks at it. The beetle climbs the wall, but Jack evades it. The beetle flies, and Jack dodges it until he successfully cripples it. The owner panics. The beetle gets up and fires lasers from its eyes. Jack uses a wing as a shield and then cuts the beetle in half. Something I like about this episode is how Jack is at a disadvantage in his chicken form. His sword is not present, so he has to rely on his wits in order to survive. Strangely, though, he adapts to his chicken form rather quick. Jack's next opponent is a king cobra. The cobra slithers around, and after forking its tongue, the snake attacks. Jack dodges the attacks and grabs the cobra by the tail. The cobra is stunned from this move. The cobra coils around Jack, and Jack starts to lose breath. By quickly grabbing the leg of the beetlebot, the cobra's mouth gets stuck. It uncoils, and Jack finishes the fight by stabbing the cobra in the brain. Oil spills everywhere. Remember, the oil acts as a sensor for blood. Still, it's very entertaining to see a little gore in this episode. There's more gore in the last two fights. The third opponent is a strange one. Everyone wonders what it is, and when it emerges, we see an arachnid cyclops. Now that's something you don't see every day. The arachnid cyclops attacks with its legs and knocks Jack back. Don't you find it creepy when the arachnid cyclops makes kissing noises? I don't even want to know what this thing does when it comes in contact with humans. The arachnid Cyclops attacks again, but Jack dodges its legs. The arachnid Cyclops knocks Jack again, and then decides to spin Jack around using its tongue. Caxiator uses pink fluid to snap Jack out of it, and Jack cuts the tongue in order to hit the arachnid Cyclops. Jack then pecks the arachnid Cyclops to death, but is crippled. Jack manages to adjust his leg back into position.
He's okay. He's okay.
I hope so. That injury looked pretty severe to me.
Jack's fourth opponent is a mutant earthworm. Jack gets crippled again, but he luckily cuts open the mutant earthworm, which has acid for blood.
I'm sure the xenomorphs would love to be friends with this type of earthworm.
One guy suggests that they bring out the finisher. The finisher is revealed to be a filthy rat.
I find that sound iconic for some reason.
The finisher spreads his filth to Jack and then lunges at him. However, Jack uses the mutant earthworm's acid blood to turn the finisher into molten sewage.
How about that? A rat drowning in its own feces. Not sure if I can call that poetic justice or not.
The people recognize Jack as their champion, and in a quick montage, we see Jack face many more opponents until Caxiator makes a fortune. What exactly does Caxiator spend his money on? Lots and lots of food.
I'll give the guy some credit. At least he won't have to go hungry for a long time.
Caxiator prepares a dish of lasagna, and at first you believe that Jack is receiving this for his efforts. Sadly, that is not the case.
It looked really tasty. I'll admit it, my mouth waters every time I see that food.
Caxiator receives a knock on his door, and we see the biggest fight promoter offering to put Jack in the main event. The fight promoter tells Caxiator to dress fancy for this offer. Caxiator is excited to finally play with the big boys.
He's setting himself up for some really bad choices later on. I can tell. Also, I would rather not know what goes down at the main event.
Caxiator takes Jack to a fancy shop, and after receiving his outfit, we run into the same wizard from before.
Hey! Why don't you watch where you're going? Boca, boca!
I love the reaction that Jack gives in this scene. It pretty much says everything on our minds at the moment. Now, let's finish where we began this episode at.
Ah, you're back. What'll it be? The chicken, right?
No! No chicken! No thank you. Actually, I would like to try the shrimp today instead.
Wacha!
So that was Chicken Jack. For a strange way to start off Season 3, this episode delivers. I enjoyed the fight scenes, creatures, and moments where Jack acts like a chicken. Caxiator is someone you really despise, and this episode gives you a good reason to. I guess I don't have much else to say, really. Join me next time when I review episode 28. Now just remember, folks, I make this show for fun. I'm That Minnesotan Guy, bringing you all quality entertainment since 1996. Or is it 1986, or 1976, or maybe 1970? I don't know. I'll see y'all next time.